Tonight, a follow-up to a story you saw only on Channel 9 News. Bounty hunters searching for bail jumpers on the run. The bail enforcement agents we profiled last month have enjoyed great success since we last saw them, and part of their success is due to our report. Scotty Barrett shows us how it all went down.
This is a guy named Thomas Henry. He's going by the street name Thomas Pachecko. This is basically a last-ditch effort. This guy's, we know he's in this area. We can't tie him down. He's got no ties. He was living with 2 girls.
They'd been looking for him for months, and it was not a big moneymaker for these bail enforcement agents, or bounty hunters, as they're known.
After a while, it gets personal.
Thomas Henry wanted in Hudson County for a minor drug possession charge, his first offense.
You see him, call this number.
Still, he ran, and the relative who put up the bail was set to lose $15,000. For the bounty hunter, the possible gain, 10 to 15% of that.
If you give us information that leads to his arrest, you get $1,000 in cash.
For the bail bonding company that wrote the bond, the search was on. Not so much for the money, but for reputation.
And we'll go after a $250 bail, even if it costs us money, because that's our contractual agreement with the court.
A contract that is very binding. John Mancini and his partners at the Fugitive Task Force, a private bail enforcement agency, had been watching this young woman's apartment for weeks. She didn't know it. And when our first story about these modern bounty hunters aired, she taped it. Little did she know that Mike Siegel was staked out in the hallway just outside the door for hours on end, day after day. He heard her play this tape of the news story over and over again.
When you saw Tommy's picture,
I freaked out.
The bail jumper, Tommy, was just lucky. Despite almost constant surveillance, he'd eluded the Fugitive Task Force.
Vanessa, what you're telling me is he really wasn't running. He didn't know he was wanted.
No, he didn't know at all he was wanted.
Well, now that you look back at this whole thing, how do you feel?
Well, I feel better that he's getting everything over with. When he seen this, he was pretty freaked out himself, too, because he had no idea they were looking for him.
And after viewing the tape, Tommy decided to turn himself in, so the bounty hunters came to pick him up.
They treated him pretty good, actually. Took him to see his mother.
In handcuffs?
No, without handcuffs.
They took him to see his mom.
Right, he saw his mom, said goodbye to his mom. They had took me with him also to see his mother. They dropped me off, and they continued to take him to New Jersey.
Do you think a cop would have done that?
No.
And while we were talking to Vanessa, Tommy called collect from the jailhouse. Vanessa says Tommy is the father of her child.
I love you too.
And then it was our turn to talk to Tommy.
Hi. What's that? You didn't know that you jumped bail. They didn't explain that to you, huh? Well, I guess you know now, huh?
Under law, Tommy can now have his bail reset. A good word from the bounty hunter in court can help. And under present law, he can do what most suspects are doing.
He can still go through the county.
He can post 10% and go free, not with a private bail bonding company, but with the county clerk.
Well, if he puts it up with the county, will you be after him again? If he puts it up with the county, no.
Again, if Tommy posts bond with a private bail bonding company and skips town again, these bounty hunters will be after him again. But if he posts 10% of his bond with the county...
What's the perpetrator have to lose? He wants his freedom.
The county does have its 10% in its treasury, very quick money. On a $50,000 bond, that's $5,000 in the county coffers.
They've made $5,000. If we don't catch them, they've made $50,000.
There is a bill pending in the state legislature that would give bail bonding companies more business and these bounty hunters more work. But there has been strong opposition from many counties that enjoy the ballooning cash flow created by suspects who put up their 10% with the county clerk. And they are free. The bail bonding companies would like to see all that change.
When we go after a guy, it's because they didn't go to court. And they didn't go to court because they don't want to go to jail.
Tommy's trouble didn't end with the bounty hunters. While he was on the loose in New York, cops say he got involved with some young girls, and they have charged him with statutory rape.
It's a lot tougher running and hiding than it is just to give it up and take your medicine.
Scotty Barrett, Channel 9 News.
Tonight, charges of bait and switch, just one of the so-called